everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. Just recently I got obsessed with podcasts. So this week I wanted to give you guys some of my favorite podcasts of all time. I have about a 45-minute commute to school, so that equals about an hour and a half of my day that I spend in my car. So I stopped listening to music and I started listening to podcasts, and I am so excited about some of them that I listen to, so let's get into it. My number one all-time favorite podcast is probably one you've heard of. It's called Serial by This American Life and Sarah Koenig. I love this podcast. So if you've never heard of it, it's basically a woman, Sarah Koenig, who narrates the whole thing, and she takes different cases and talks about them. So they're split up into two seasons right now. The first season was about Adnan Syed, about he got convicted of killing his girlfriend, and she talks about whether or not she thinks he's actually guilty. And then season 2 of Serial is about Bo Bergdahl, the American soldier who was captured by the Taliban while in Afghanistan. So it's a really intense, interesting podcast to listen to because it constantly keeps your attention and you're thinking about everything she's saying, so you can mentally go over, do you think he's guilty? Do you think he's innocent? I think it's just so cool to listen to. If you like Dateline or 48 Hour Mysteries, I love those shows. So if you like those, this is definitely up your alley and it's something you should totally check out. One of my other favorite podcasts is called How to Do Everything. It is sponsored by NPR. This is really cool. If you are a fan of science or how to explain a lot of different things, you'll really like this podcast. They talk about all different kinds of things and how to do all different kinds of things. And one of the podcasts I just listened to by them was talking about how if we listen to certain sounds while we eat, it brings out different flavors in our food. So if you listen to certain kinds of music, things will seem more bitter, whereas other things will seem more sweet. And I just think that's really interesting. Getting to talk about those weird things in our body is kind of cool. They're really short, usually about 15 minutes each, so you can fly right through the whole season of them. Another one of my favorite podcasts is called Dear Sugar Radio, and it is narrated by Cheryl Strayed and Steve Almond. Cheryl Strayed is actually the one who wrote Wild. So I love this. She used to be an advice columnist, so she talks about some of her questions that she gets and just kind of goes over them with life advice, and Steve Almond also talks. It's just fun to listen to and lighthearted, and it's just nice. I like listening to fun, quirky things that are just cute. Another one of my favorites is The City Church by Judah Smith. I like to listen to his sermons. I think they're really interesting, and he always makes great points, and I'm always able to really digest what he says, and they're all about 30 minutes, so it's perfect for my commute. And then my final favorite podcast is Mind Body Musings with Maddie Moon. This is kind of a self-help podcast where she talks about her struggles kind of with dieting and obsessing over eating healthily, and I think I can relate to a lot of what she says. She just radiates positivity, and it's cool to listen to the people she has on her show. One week she had the girl from Breaking Vegan who stopped being a vegan and all of a sudden got death threats. It's just very interesting and cool, and I like what she radiates. She just seems like a very nice person, and I would highly recommend that one as well. So those are all my favorite podcasts I like to listen to. If you guys have any that you really love and you want me to check out, leave them down below and I would love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here later.